those students who would ask me questions, they're like, you're saying this is haram in Islam, but she's doing that. So like, which Islam is correct? So that was a problem I had, in terms of giving da'wah in public school. So the public school I went to, Parkdale High School, is not known for Muslims were a minority, so that made it tough for us to pray Jumu'ah or pray Dhuhr. And it's common public school, right? Shaking hands, like gender shaking hands, hugging. And then public school, you'll find girls and boys doing stuff in the hallways and in the stairs. And me, a person, like his school, the Qur'an prepared me how to like maintain my faith. So when I went to public school, to me it depends on. So to me, I found this an opportunity to give da'wah. But the only issue I had in public school was that I would teach something to some of my classmates, or people would ask me questions, even the reverts. And for example, I would say, no, we don't hug non-mahram women. We don't do like drugs, or we don't like sleep around before marriage, only within the marriage. But there are other Muslims that are doing opposite to what I'm teaching. And those students who would ask me questions, they're like, you're saying this is haram in Islam, but she's doing that. So like, which Islam is correct? So that was a problem I had, in terms of giving da'wah in public school. Having good friends is very important, because it helps us, it motivates us, like to improve, or like to be steadfast in the deen. When I was in Parkdale High School, right after I went, my brother Habib joined me. And then after a year, Adnan Zabir, hifdh school graduate, who is now I think the president of Al Maghrib in DMV. So he also joined me in Parkdale High School. So alhamdulillah, since we knew each other from the hifdh program, we used to like keep each of us in check. So during the lunchtime, we would review Quran, talk about Islam, like just help each other out, and that helped us go through high school without any issues. But if we did not have that company, that Muslim students like who is practicing, then it would be very, very difficult maintaining your Islam. I could remember I spoke to one sister, and she said that, Muslim sister, she said that when I come to public school, like my mom would drop me, I would wear my hijab. Right after I get dropped and my mom leaves, I would take off my hijab and enter the school, because she didn't want to deal with all like the questions and like bullying and other stuff. And before her mom would come to pick her up, she would put her hijab and go. But she said that if she had other Muslim sisters also there to help her out, maybe she would have maintained her hijab. So having a good Muslim friends will help each person like to improve. Or let's say, for example, you are eating with your left hand, or you are drinking with your left hand. Your Muslim friend will say, drink with your right hand, drink right hand. But if you have friends that also don't know anything about the deen, you are drinking left hand, they also drinking left hand or eating left hand, you won't really improve yourself. So having a strong friendship is very, very, very important. That's why in the Quran Allah says in Surah Al-Furqan, Ya waylata laytani lam attakhidh fulanan khalila. That fulana khalil, like that they didn't have like a strong friendship, good companionship, and that's why they will get in trouble in the hereafter. But alhamdulillah, we had a strong principal, Miss Logan. She helped us begin to pray Jumu'ah prayer in the school. Sister Hannah Zubairi came and did an interview. That time she used to work for the Muslim Link. She came, she did the interview, and then the article got published. If you go online and if you type like Muslim students praying Jumu'ah at Parkdale High School, you'll find all the articles. And then from then, the Washington Post and other major news articles, they expanded the topic, and it became like a worldwide thing that Parkdale High School allowed Muslims to pray Jumu'ah. And then the principal Miss Logan used to get hate messages, and then one of the teachers told me that most of the hate messages are not from the parents from Parkdale High School, the parents from out of state. So eventually the Board of Education got involved, and they asked Miss Logan to stop allowing students to pray. So alhamdulillah, we prayed for a few weeks, and then it got stopped. But so it was difficult, alhamdulillah. But eventually that was my last year of high school, and then I graduated. In Al-Huda, having a strong teachers and people with knowledge, that will help, which you won't find in public school. Imam Safi Khan, Sheikh Harun, Sheikh Muhammad Nahawandi, Sheikh Zahid, Brother Abdul Qadir. So by being around them, you want to also learn more about Islam, because they are, mashallah, they have knowledge, but they are the ones that have knowledge, but also they practice the knowledge. So I don't know about other Islamic schools, but if you don't have these people who has knowledge and also they practice what they preach, it's not going to have an effect on the students. And you will find many students, alhamdulillah, they changed because of these teachers. Like I changed because of my teacher, Sheikh Muhammad Nahawandi, Sheikh Zahid, Imam Safi, Sheikh Harun. So being in Al-Huda or Islamic school is going to really help a person build the foundation until they graduate, and then after that, whatever they want to do with their lives, it's up to them. Here at Dar-us-Salaam or Al-Huda school, we will give you the tools. What you do with your tools, it's your choice. Same thing whether you go to Medina or Al-Qura, any university, they'll give you the tools. For example, in the College of Quran, we have to memorize Al-Jazariya. It's like 109 lines of poetry. Al-Shatibiyya, 1,000 lines of poetry. Then Ad-Durra is 240 lines of poetry. Then Rasa Mushaf, around 800 lines of poetry. And then Adil-Ay, 140 lines of poetry. So now they'll give us the tools of we memorize. They will explain to us. Now it's up to us to maintain those what we memorize. So now even we graduate, if a student doesn't maintain it, he'll forget. So same thing with Al-Huda school. The teachers will help you, but after we graduate, it's up to us whether we want to maintain what we learn or go astray. People like Khalaf and Hamza a lot because of the pauses. Khalaf and Hamza has something called the imala, like Muse, and also they have the sect. It's called sect there's so much pause. So Khalaf and Hamza, he does pauses when the next letter has a Hamza, the letter Hamza, and when there's a sukun on the letter, and after there's a Hamza after it. So for example, أأنتم, pause. أشد خلقا أم السماء. So anytime there's no like a sukun and there's a tanween, they'll pause. And sakt mean that you will pause your breath. You won't take a new breath, you just pause, and with the same breath you will continue. So I'll recite maybe few ayahs of Khalaf and Hamza. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. هل أتيك حديث موسى إذ ناديه ربه بالواد المقدس طوى اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى فقل هل لك إلى أن تزكي وأهديك إلى ربك فتخشي فأريه الآية الكبرى فكذب وعصي ثم أدبر يسعي فحشر فنادي فقال أنا ربكم الأعلى فقال أنا ربكم الأعلى فأخذه الله نكال الآخرة والأولى فأخذه الله نكال الآخرة والأولى إن في ذلك لعبرة لمن يخشى أأنتم أشد خلقا أم السماء أم السماء أم السماء أم السماء أم السماء بنيها رفع سمكها فسويها وأغطش ليلها وأخرج ضحيها والأرض بعد ذلك دحاها أخرج منها ماءها ومرعيها والجبال أرسيها متاعا لكم ولأنعامكم.